Alright, hey everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about tiny homes. Tiny homes are a movement that is becoming pretty popular right now, and not a lot of people know what it's about. So that's what today's going to be on. I have a quote for you. It's from Socrates, and he says that the secret of happiness, you see, is not found in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy less. And Socrates, of course, everyone knows. He's a famous philosopher. So like I said, I'm talking about the tiny house movement, and it's been sweeping the nation lately. It's a really fun topic to learn about because it's just so different from what we've grown up with and what we're used to and what everyone's kind of striving for. I have never personally lived in a tiny home, but I'm just interested in the idea. And I first learned of tiny homes about 2 years ago, and I've been doing research on it ever since. But like I said, I've never actually made the leap, and I've never lived in one. But tiny homes are cheaper than regular housing, and they allow people to just choose a different type of lifestyle than, of course, the regular 9-to-5, paying your mortgage and stuff like that. Okay, so what is a tiny home, right? Well, a tiny house, to qualify, is 100 to 400 square feet. So if you think about that, it's the size of a little trailer. People oftentimes put them on trailers, and that's just exactly what it is. It's about 400 square feet, and that's all you have. That's going to include your kitchen, your living room, your bathroom, your everything. And it can be built, like I said, on a trailer or on a foundation. They're extremely small, and it makes people get rid of tons of their stuff, so they live very minimalistically. But many people choose to live in a tiny home to simplify their lives, and they get rid of pretty much all of their belongings to make that choice. So a tiny home seems like an interesting idea, but it seems a little challenging as well. So why are people living in them? Why is this becoming such a thing? Well, according to What is the Tiny House Movement by The Tiny Life, most people spend 1/3 to half of their income on the roof over their heads. So that's a lot of their money that they spend every single month on their living arrangement. So tiny homes, of course, are cheaper than regular homes. The average tiny home is built for $25,000 in materials, and they range from $35,000 to $100,000 total. And of course, the average standard home in the United States currently right now is $254,000. So of course, it's a big price difference, and that's why a lot of people are drawn to them. So even if you bought a really expensive tiny home, it's still less than half the cost of your average regular home. And I got that information from How Much Does a Tiny House Cost by Tiny House Giant Germany. So with tiny homes being significantly less than standard homes, what are people doing with all that money? Why aren't they just living in a regular home, spending their income on that? But most people that live in a tiny house choose to work part-time. So a lot of them quit their 9-to-5 jobs, and they just work really, really minimally to pay the bills that they have. And then, of course, another thing people do is they still work full-time, but they just decide to travel more. So I was looking up prices of traveling. So I went on Groupon.com, and a trip to Thailand is $1,099 right now. That's a round trip. And then a trip to Paris and Rome is $899. So if you're looking at, more than $1,000 worth of savings every month in a tiny home, you can probably go on a trip in a month. So you've now learned about tiny homes and the reasons that people choose to live in them. And of course, there are various reasons why someone would want to live in a tiny house. Some people like just living minimalistically. Some people, it's more of an environmental concern. But they allow people that sort of flexibility. And that's going to conclude the speech. Thank you, guys.